Hello, everybody. I know it's been about 10 months since I last posted a devlog for my game Warehouse Wars Tycoon, but this month, in the spirit of summer, I decided to restart my project, make some changes, and now I'm prepared to run advertisements. And there's even some I think still playing, or they leave. Oh, yep, someone's still in there. So we're running ads and getting the game back up. But first, before I show you the ads and stuff, I'm gonna show you what I've changed. So hopping into the ROBLOX studio here, a lot of it maybe looks a little bit the same. I ended up changing the leaderboards back to the regular ones, and one of these, this one's actually a top rebirths board. It shows in game. And then as for the actual plots, I made some really small cosmetic changes. For example, there were these delivery points right here, and I can make them, and these used to be like always visible, but I changed up the script a bunch and I made it so that you can only see the one that you're assigned to, because then people were getting confused, like thinking that these green things were how you claimed a plot. And I also created a tutorial system, like a more better one. And if I go over to the actual plot, maybe I can find some other changes to show you. I dropped the prices a lot across everything as well, just to make it easier and a little bit more less of a grind. And then I also had this new walk speed thing. So I'm gonna head up into playtest, and I'm gonna kind of show you some more of the in-game features here that I changed. So hopping into the playtest, immediately we're greeted with this tutorial. The UI looks weird, but just because I have these little tabs, so now you can see it's nice and centered. So tutorial, and then immediately now there's a green arrow that points you to one of the empty plots. So if we head over to this one, then this is just because there's no data store in Studio, and so it just shows you the tutorial no matter what. But there is an actual like data save, so like it won't show you the tutorial if you've already seen the tutorial before. But just to show you, so it directs me there. Now this is where the usual button to buy this one is. Directs me there, and directs me to follow the green arrow to click me. And now there are also a new walk speed thing, because I realized that it's kind of like we have a kind of a bigger map, so we have a 2x walk speed pass, as well as maybe it won't work because it's in studio. Yeah, I think that's why. Okay, and then also a 4x speed game pass, and the shop UI had to get changed, its placement, because it's kind of weird. So it looks weird in game, but I think it looks better in the actual game. It's just because studio and the UI scaling is not going well for me. But if we go on ahead back over to my plot, like I said, there's the rebirth leaderboard and a donation leaderboard. I ended up wiping the stats on everything this summer. So if you've never played the game before, or if you played it last summer, please come and check it out again and see if you like it. Everything's been wiped, all the stats wiped, so leaderboards are new. So it's a great game to come out and try out. Now there's also a new feature that I'm not sure if I had it last summer, but it's a delivery job. Right now it's only on foot. I guess in hindsight, maybe I should probably add a truck to buy. But there's a delivery job now you can buy, and you get a crate, and then you have to bring it to one of, that's the right fix. There is, you get your box, and then you got to bring your box over to a delivery point. So my delivery point is right here outside the ice cream hut. So I'll bring it in here, and then it's going to award me 1,000 cash. I think actually it's a random amount between like 1,000, 2,000 or something like that. But then it reward me some cash. And we still have these cash drops here. Super easy way to really get some starter cash to get your tycoon going. Just go around and collect some of these real fast. It's a super cool and easy way. And that is, I think, all of my changes that I've made in Studio. And so overall, I wanted to kind of develop more of an actual feel for the game. And instead of just a lame tycoon, why do you want to play it? What makes it interesting? What makes it interesting was a question I really looked at so much. I was so confused. I mean, I was like, what does make my game interesting? And so I've tried to work on that with the new delivery job system mainly. And I think maybe, I guess after this, I'll probably just go ahead and try and get a delivery truck in. And then I've also, with the walk speed stuff to make it more easier to go and combat other players, over a reverse leaderboard to encourage competition. Yeah, so it's really one of those. And then also, oh, I forgot to show you too, there's stats on these warehouses. Each warehouse has its own stat. That's a really big part of it too. So, if you choose warehouse 1, you'll get a 1.2 times money boost, but you'll get 25% less money if you do a delivery. And then, for example, you can come over here, you get 1.3 times more money, but the dropper speed is about 40% less. I tried balancing these. I put these through AI a bunch to test out how, and then 2 times dropper speed, 20% less money, to really balance these and make sure that they're all fair and they work with each other. So hopefully ChatGPT did me right there. But, and then there's just stats on everything here. And there's also pickups and money deliveries. So there's just stats on all these warehouses for you to choose from. And I think that also makes the game more interesting, and it kind of creates something else and something more unique, which I don't really see in a lot of other tycoons. But that's it for the actual game. I'm going to show you a little bit of the ads manager. So these are the ads. I had a crazy one here, which embellished my click-through rate. But now here's one we're at right now, where I've spent 16 cents so far, 1,300 impressions. Paying about 11 cents per 1,000 impressions, it seems. Hopefully I get that more down to 10 cents, which would be good. But out of that, I've gotten 226 clicks. So I'm actually at a 1.9% click-through rate right now. Well, that's incredible. I'm really happy with 1.9%. Hopefully I can get that higher. I'm glad people are enjoying or clicking on the game. And then out of that, we've gotten about half of them, it seems like, to come and actually play. Yeah, so we got about half of them to come and play, but obviously no, because that's not how math works. So it's more or less more of a third, and that's good too, right? Keep in mind, like, if 1,000 people click, the third is like 300 plays, so that's also really great. So that's really ad stand so far, and also last year's advertisements are on this page. We spent no, but those are not last year's ads. What am I saying? These are ads I tried putting up a couple days ago, and they got 74,000 impressions, and then 652 clicks, 66 plays. I spent $5 basically for 60 plays, but it seems like I got a lot of clicks though. So it's almost like there's just something here that wasn't converting. Like, it was only really giving me it seems about 10% of clicks coming a 10% play rate. But I'm hoping that I fix that up, because my cost per play was really high here. So I'm hoping that we fix that up with the new batch of ads. And then I'll show you one more advertisement, which is the ads from last year. Okay, and here we are with the ads from last year. So in total, I had 30.6 ad credits here, which was, I don't know, almost probably coming up close on 8,000 Robux. And we got 3.3 million impressions. We had a row. This was really nice. A 0.01 cost per 1,000 impressions. That's incredible. Like, if I could get that down to my other ads, that would be so great. We got so many impressions on this. 22,000 clicks, which is still a little bit lower than 1%, which is where I want to be. But nonetheless, I take 22,000 people clicking on my game. And that turned into about 3,000 people coming to play, which unfortunately was really, really not that great. About 9%, it seems like. But nonetheless, we take it where we can. And so in total, though, I mean, we really made no Robux or anything like that, but it was pretty okay. So that's for the ad stand. That's where this game is currently at. Use code revamp for 5,000 cash. Redid this. We touched it up. I touched up the thumbnail and the actual icon of the game as well. And there's a new premium benefit, 2 times walk speed for premium. Join the group for 2,500 cash. Build the ultimate warehouse empire. Upgrade your facility. Deliver high value packages and dominate the competition. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you come and check out my new game, Warehouse Wars Tycoon.